Hola clase. So we're going to start our new topic. We're going to see me gusta structures. So we're going to see today how to express what you like or dislike or what other people likes or dislike in Spanish. So the structure you use to express what you or other people like or dislike in Spanish is very different than how you express it in English. In Spanish, the verb to like is gustar. And even though gustar is conjugated as any other regular AR verb, when you're expressing likes and dislikes, the structure is very different than English. So try to forget how to express likings work in English because this is not going to help you in Spanish. It's going to be an obstacle. Don't try to translate it literally. Memorize this structure, and if you memorize this structure, this is going to help you a lot. And we're going to see how the structure works bit by bit. So in Spanish, to express what you or other people like or dislike, you will use an indirect object pronoun, the verb gustar conjugated plus a subject. So for examples, me gusta nadar. I like to swim, but translated literally it would be to swim is pleasing to me. Me gusta la música. I like music. Translated literally it would be the music is pleasing to me. Me gustan los helados. I like ice creams. Translated literally it would be the ice creams are pleasing to me. So as you can see in this structure, the indirect object pronouns indicate to whom or for whom an action or a thing is pleasing or displeasing. So to swim is pleasing to whom? To me. That's your indirect object pronoun. The music is pleasing to whom? To me. The ice creams are pleasing to whom? To me. And to me, the indirect object pronoun is expressed in Spanish as me. Unlike English, the subject of the sentence is not the subject pronoun, right? Because in English you say, I like to swim, I like music, I like ice cream. So the subject, the person that's liking those things in this case is I, right? So in English you express likes and dislikes with subject pronouns. I, you, she, it, he, they, we. So in Spanish, unlike English, the subject is the action or the thing that is pleasing or displeasing. So if you can see it here. To swim is pleasing to me, right? So nadar is the subject. Me gusta la música. La música is the subject. Los helados is the subject. So the thing or the person or animal that is pleasing or displeasing, that's your subject. So the structures work very differently, and we're going to see bit by bit. But you have to remember the structure. The structure is very different than how you express likings and dislikes in English. So if you want to express what you or other people dislike, you will use the following structure. It's the same, but the negation goes before the indirect object pronoun. So the negation, no. The indirect object pronoun, that's referring to whom. The verb gustar conjugated according to the subject, and the subject is the thing or the person that's being like or dislike. So for example, no me gusta nadar, I don't like to swim. No me gusta la música, I don't like music. No me gustan los helados, I don't like ice creams. So unlike English, in Spanish the negation is placed before the indirect object pronoun. Okay, right now we're going to do a simple exercise, so you just have to choose me gusta or no me gusta if you like or dislike the following activities. Indirect object pronouns. The indirect object pronouns precede the verb gustar, and they are used to indicate to whom an action, a person, an animal, or a thing is pleasing or displeasing, right? So here we have all the indirect object pronouns. So me gusta is referring to me, I like. No me gustan, I don't like. Te gustan is referring to you in the to form. No te gustan, you don't like. Le gustan, it can either refer to you in the usted form or he, she, it likes, right? Le gustan. No le gusta. You don't like, he, she, it doesn't like. Nos gustan, nos is referring to us, so it's we like. No nos gustan, we don't like. Os gustan is referring to you like in the vosotros or vosotras form. No os gustan, you don't like. Les gustan can either refer to the ustedes form, you like, or they like. No les gusta, you don't like the ustedes form and they don't like. As you can see in this chart, the indirect object pronouns take the job of the subject pronouns in English, right? Subject pronouns, I refer to this. I, you, we, they. So in Spanish, the indirect object pronouns take the job because it's referring to whom. They indicate who is the person that likes or dislikes something or someone. Okay, so we're gonna do an exercise of indirect object pronouns. Write the indirect object pronouns. Me refers to me, te refers to you, le can either refer to you in the usted form or él, ella form, nos refers to us refers to the vosotros form, les can either refer to the ustedes form or the ellos, ellas form, so they. So according to the information in the parentheses, so the subject pronouns in English, you have to write the indirect object pronouns. And here you can check your answers. Okay, this is very important. In order to clarify or emphasize to whom something or someone is pleasing or displeasing, you can use the preposition a, plus the person's name or people's name or pronoun. So I have here some examples. Me, we already seen that refers to me, right? So you can use the preposition a plus me. A mí no me gusta practicar fútbol. Te, a ti. A ti no te gusta tocar la guitarra. Le can either refer to a él, a ella, a usted. Can be a proper name. A Zoe, a Ed. Can be a friend. A mi amigo, a mi perro, a mi compañero de apartamento, a mi familia. So here I have some examples. ¿A usted le gusta beber café? ¿A ella le gusta estar al aire libre? ¿A Ed no le gusta cantar? ¿A mi familia no le gusta ver partidos de tenis? Nos, a nosotros, nosotras, nosotres, gender inclusive. A nosotros no nos gustan las películas de las hermanas Wachowski. Os can refer to a vosotros, a vosotras, a vosotres, gender inclusive. A vosotras os gusta beber café. A vosotres no os gusta ir de compras. Les, a ellos, a ellas, a ellas, a ustedes, a mis amigos, a mis hermanas, and so on. So this one can actually be very helpful to clarify because we know that the usted, él, ella form is the same indirect object pronoun. So this can actually clarify, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to her, I'm talking to him, to whom I'm talking to. The same with les, right? Because we have, it can also refer to ellos, ellas, but also to ustedes. So if you put it explicitly, then the person would know who are you talking to. Okay, and we're going to do a practice of this. Write the indirect object pronoun according to the information in the sentence. So here you have the information. A ti, a mí, a nosotras, and so on. And here you can check your answers. Okay, the verb gustar. As I said before, the verb gustar is an AR regular verb. So what would be the endings in the present tense of this verb if it's regular? It's yo gusto, tú gustas, usted, él, ella gusta, nosotros, nosotras gustamos, vosotros gustáis, ustedes, ellos, ellas y ellas gustan. So as we have talked about, the verb must always agree with its subject. Since gustar structures in Spanish are constructed differently, being the subject what is pleasing or displeasing, then you will usually use the third person singular or plural form of the verb according to the subject, which is gusta y gustan, depending on the subject. And we're going to see this. So when do you use gusta singular and gustan plural? So you use gusta when you have as a subject you have a verb in the infinitive. So when you're expressing that an action or an activity is pleasing or displeasing to you or to someone else. Me gusta correr. Correr. So translated it would be I like to run. Literally translated it would be to run is pleasing to me. Correr is the subject. So it has to agree with the verb gustar. So you use it in the third person singular because the subject is a verb in the infinitive. Then if you want to make a negation, say what you don't like. No me gusta correr. I don't like to run. Te gusta nadar y correr. You like to swim and run. To swim and run is the subject of the sentence in these structures. So Even if you have one verb or two verbs in the infinitive, it's always gusta. It's always in the singular form. No te gusta correr y nadar. Notice where is the negation. Always in front of the indirect object pronoun. The other scenario in which you use gusta in the third person singular is when you have a singular noun as a subject. If the subject, what is like or dislike, is singular, is a singular noun, you have to use gusta because the verb always has to agree with the subject. Me gusta el baloncesto. I like basketball. No me gusta el baloncesto. I don't like basketball. Os gusta el fútbol. You, vosotros form like football. No os gusta el fútbol. You, vosotros form don't like football. Les gusta el tenis. No les gusta el tenis. Okay, as you can see, all the nouns that are the subjects are singular, so gusta goes in the singular. So as you must have already thought about, you use gustan in the plural when you have a plural noun. So if the subject, what is liked or disliked, is plural, it's a plural noun, you have to use gustan. Me gustan los deportes. Los deportes is plural. I like sports. No me gustan los deportes. ¿Te gustan los partidos de fútbol? Los partidos de fútbol, the football games, is plural, so gustan. No te gustan los partidos de fútbol. Nos gustan los instrumentos musicales. We like the musical instruments. No nos gustan los instrumentos musicales. The musical instruments, plural, so plural must be in the plural form. So we're gonna do a practice. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of gustar according to the subject. And here you can check your answers. Okay, the last part, I think. We're gonna see the subject. The most weird part of this structure in Spanish is that you have to change your whole brain structure of how to express like and dislike. Use the following chart to practice memorization of this structure. It is very important that you memorize it really well at the beginning of your Spanish journey because it is gonna help you in later topics. So this is the structure. Me gusta bailar y cantar, comer helado, comer pizza, la pizza. So, you have first the indirect object pronouns to indicate to whom or for whom someone or something is pleasing or displeasing. So, the indirect object pronouns in Spanish are me, te, le, nos, os, les. Memorize them and their meaning. Gusta comes from gustar and it is conjugated according to the subject. The subject is what is being liked or disliked. That is why its usual forms to express like or dislike are gusta or gustan. The subject can be an action, a person, a group of people, an animal, or a thing that is pleasing or displeasing. In other words, the subject is what it is liked or disliked. So here I have more examples with different subjects. So when the subject is a person or an animal, for example, me gusta Zoe Kravitz. Me gusta mi gato. Me gustan tus cabras. Me gusta el Maverick. You can also like a thing. Me gusta el fútbol americano. Me gustan los deportes. Me gusta el arte callejero. Me gustan las clases de español. So, an action. Me gusta ver y jugar al fútbol. Me gusta hacer deportes. Me gusta ir a exposiciones de arte. Me gusta recibir clases de español. So as you can see, if you have an action that's the subject, it always uses the gusta form. If you have a noun, it always uses the gusta or gustan forms, depending if the subject, if the noun is plural or singular. And then, if you are saying that you like a person, that's the subject. So, tú, if I'm saying I like you, it has gustas because gustas is the tú form of the verb gustar, and the subject is tú. Ella is in the el, ella form, gusta, and so on. I want you to think about how would you say, I like myself. So, exercise 5. Mark the mistakes. Mark the words that are incorrect. Every sentence has one mistake and you have to just click on the word that is incorrect. And here you can check your answers. Exercise 6. True or false. Indicate if the following statements are true or false. And here you can check your answers. Exercise 7. Complete each sentence to express what various people like or dislike. Write the correct indirect object pronoun in the first blank and the correct form of the verb gustar in the second blank. So you have to fill 2 blanks. One with the indirect object pronoun and one with the correct form of the verb gustar. And here you can check your answers. Gracias!